Let's get started.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live. Yo,
Let's get down to business.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
for the underground world, every street and borough.
You may learn something.
Experience.
You're now listening to the Joe Rogan Experience with Chico, Simon, Kamar, and your host, Matt Floyd.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. My name is Matt Floyd, joined as always by Kamar
Welcome to the party.
and Simon.
Greetings, Earthlings.
What we do here is very simple. The three of us have listened to every episode of the Joe Rogan Experience this week. We are going to rate each episode as well as the week on a scale of 1 to 5 Jamie Vernons. We're then going to talk about each guest, the talking points, give our opinions, this, that, and the next. But first, Kamar's going to read off the new Patreons.
Hell yes, I am. Welcome, new listeners, old listeners like. I love the Patreons, and the Patreons I love the most are the JREE Patreons. This week's no different. A big shout out to Stephen Lang. Fuck yeah, keep coming.
What up, Steve?
What's up, Steven?
And all other Patreons. That's a luck thing when you're the only Patreon in a week.
What up, Steve?
Who's it lucky for, us or them?
He sounds
Them.
like
They
him.
get
them.
all the fucking kudos.
Steve
Sounds like a
deserves
skier.
Steve deserves big time props because he seemed amped to join the team. So
what
I'm
Welcome
amped on
aboard,
Steve.
and I'm
You're the
amped
fucking
on
man,
all the
Steve.
Patreons and everyone.
Kamar, how was your week, sir?
Oh, something happened, but I forgot I was going to talk about it. I went to a new restaurant that is in the old bagel shop on Wellington.
Yeah, the what's it called?
It's very geographical for people that won't know anything.
It's
but
next to the
bagel shop's
current
still
bagel
there.
Shop on,
well, they downsize and
it's called Play something.
Parlor.
Parlor,
For a
that's it,
long time,
thank
I
you.
thought it was an ice cream shop. That would have been a great name for them.
Mm-hmm.
Parlor, ice cream parlor, but no ice cream.
no, it's a fancy restaurant.
It's so weird picturing you at a nice restaurant.
Me?
Yeah.
I used to go to that was the whole point. It's been at least 3 years since I went to a fancy restaurant.
Gotcha. How was it?
And it was amazing.
What did you wear?
I wore a blue shirt and some khaki pants, some brown shoes.
Any rips in the khakis?
No.
Good for you. Good
No,
for
I
you.
knew I was going out to a nice restaurant, but
Yeah, I knew you knew.
it felt like I wasn't in the city, and it was just dining out and good food is amazing. Like we sort of shit on it when Joe's talking about it, but
Were you on the patio?
it is expensive. No, I didn't want to be on the patio. I thought the inside was really nice. The staff was quite young and inexperienced, but it had a cool vibe to it. And not the other problem with dining out is when the servers and the staff are like big timing you.
That's the worst.
It's the worst.
The worst.
When like
How are they big
it's
timing?
their pleasure.
No,
it's your pleasure that they're serving you and you're there. Like
You've been to a restaurant like that where the staff feels like exactly like he said, like you're lucky to be eating there as opposed to them being lucky to serve you.
I mean, I don't think anyone's lucky to serve me, first of all.
I'm saying the
doesn't go to those
customer,
places,
it
then.
doesn't have to be you per se, Matthew. It could be any customer. It's like in the old days
just
when
curious,
you go
though,
to
are
the
you-
skateboard store, you know?
Yeah, I'm just curious. Are you supposed to be, like, when a customer comes in, you're ecstatic to serve them?
Yes.
yeah. That's the service
And
industry.
and if you don't understand that, I suggest that everybody watch that it's like
Waiting?
Tokyo After Dark on Netflix and or Japan, somewhere in Japan anyways. Tokyo? Is
Tokyo is in Japan, yeah.
I thought I was right there.
This guy's a geo-guessing wizard.
That when you do something, you do it right. And if your job is service, then fucking give the person the best experience possible.
And there's levels to this shit because this is a fucking expensive restaurant. Who's ever serving you is making $400 in tips. Like it's not like,
yeah, like I don't think
Not anymore.
I
You
don't
don't
think
know
a
that.
McDonald's.
oh yeah,
I don't-
everyone tips, man.
I don't think a McDonald's employee has like. They don't need to make you have the best experience.
That's what
possible.
I'm saying.
They're-
Of course
It's a
That's
shitty
what- that's
place.
what-
but like,
there's levels to this.
there's
shit.
levels to this shit. Exactly.
And at a shitty place, when someone does go their way to make you feel good, that's great too.
Yeah.
But at a fancy restaurant, you're the waiter, I'm the customer. Like in the hierarchy of things.
And you can still know more. And you know what I'm saying? You can still be a great,
of course,
knowledgeable
of
waiter.
course, of course.
But you don't have to like be pretentious about it. You know?
And I've had that experience.
Yeah.
You just said
and
you had
you-
that
and
experience.
you-
No, I said they were young and inexperienced. They didn't know enough to do that.
You've also been a waiter, so you know
I'm one of the best waiters ever.
you're a good waiter.
I'm a really good waiter.
You're a really good waiter. I could see how some people may be turned off by your service,
Yeah, it's definitely the place it's got to be. But
but yes, you are a great waiter.
whenever I go
My mother
eating-
loved you.
Whenever I go eating, I'm like, I should wait again. Well, I do wait. I still do wait. What am I talking about?
Well, but that's different.
Oh, it's the big leagues.
I mean,
Anyways, go for a nice restaurant if you can. Treat yourself. I was very fortunate. Happy about that. That was my week.
All right, well, it's the time of the week where we ask Simon how his week was. But first, we're going to wish him a very happy birthday. Because his birthday
birthday,
is
Simon.
tomorrow. So happy fucking
thanks,
birthday.
man. I appreciate that.
And I don't have
Jew
to text
piece
you
of shit.
tomorrow or
That's
anything.
not nice. It takes away all the niceness when you.
You don't want to go.
Sandwich
You don't want to
it.
go racing with us tomorrow, Kamar?
You guys are going
I don't know.
Top
mate.
kart racing?
I was
No,
thinking of.
Simon wants to virtual
I think
F1.
we're just gonna go mini putting.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. But I do want to go and do that. It just pulling it all together seems
Top
like a
karting.
headache. No, they have like you go and you sit in one of the chairs, kind of like you build at home, but you would go and race your friends. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
in a computer screen.
Yeah.
I think it's actually 3 screens.
Or you can go to Top Karting and actually drive
Yes.
a car.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I love top karting, but I really want to kind of get that feeling of what it's like to F1 race. No, they are fucking constantly like, there's no taking it easy out there, man.
but it is when it's like the chicane and stuff. It's like it's a timing thing.
Anyways, which brings us to how Simon's week was. I watched all 4 seasons of F1
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive. Amazing.
It just sucks you in, eh?
My wife loved it, which made it amazing because we just fucking powered through it.
So my one issue is there's a British reporter.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were talking about.
I don't think anyone's asking him questions. I don't think he's being interviewed. I think he's making the documentary.
He's the narrator.
I know. So when he does those things, like I'm being asked a question, and he's just
No, someone's asking questions.
no.
No,
Yes.
but there's
I don't
nobody
think so.
asking that guy questions.
Exactly. So
No,
it's
someone's
all
asking
acting.
questions.
Him and the woman, I think they're like the narrators.
Yeah, they're actors.
They're journalists.
But they're
no, they're journalists.
They're acting. Like it's not a series of. He doesn't sit down and someone asks a whole bunch of questions and he says this stuff.
no, I think
He
it's
does.
a script.
First, no. First of all, even
Watch
if it
it
is a
more.
script, even
Watch
if
it
it is
more.
a script, you're missing my point. He might write the script. He might be writing the questions, but someone is still asking the questions.
No,
Yes.
I honestly think the
to all the drivers, for sure, questions are being asked.
Well, you hear them asking the questions.
Not to those 2 people, though. Not to the woman and
no,
the man.
they're just
no, they're
acting
being asked
dramatic.
questions.
I'm sure of it.
Well, what do you mean acting dramatic? They're not doing anything. They're kind of just giving you that gap of what you don't know. Hence the narrator.
If he loses this race, it could mean
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
No-
Those guys, there's no question.
No one's
there.
asking him.
Yeah, no,
If he
Yeah,
loses
but
this race, what happens?
Kamar,
agree
you're
with
forgetting
that.
that it also it has.
I still love
There's
it.
parts of it that are scripted. Of course, it's a television show. It's not reality TV.
It's near when the reporters are asking guys questions like you lost 2 races. They're probably gonna fire you. Like that's a reality.
There was no part of me at any point during all of those episodes where I thought to myself, is somebody asking that person a question? Like, no, it was just implied to me anyways.
It was.
that
It's one point in I think season 2 and season 4. He says the exact same thing
it's the same clip.
about. I hope not, because it's different seasons. But it's just like because pole position
Yeah.
is
I remember
the key.
I remember
And-
exactly what you're
and
talking
And
about.
it's like, yeah, that's. I love the show. I love the show when the guys steal the drivers. But did you see?
Silly season?
Did you see where?
Come on.
Lewis Hamilton gets sick.
Yeah. COVID?
Well, no, he's ill, and he's in the room surrounded with people. He's like, yeah, I got a temperature, I'm not feeling well, and no one's. And then the next season, COVID hits. Mm-hmm. It had nothing to do with COVID. In the season, he gets COVID, but prior, he falls ill.
So you think he got COVID twice?
I just think it's weird the attitude people had to someone being sick.
Oh, I see.
There was no isolation.
Oh, I see.
He was just
I
walking
see.
among the team, I think, hugging people. They were congratulating him to feel better. And then
Yeah.
the next season,
Yeah.
the world is locked
Same
down.
with Verstappen there. There was one day at the beginning where he wasn't feeling well, but whatever.
Will
No,
we
but it's-
return those days?
I'm with Kamar, where I said to Mary, I was like, it's so interesting, like watching, because I haven't really watched anything that like followed COVID. Like I don't watch a lot of this is quasi reality TV, and I don't watch a lot of that. So to watch something that started in 2018, and they had no idea, and then to watch them be like,
yeah, it's interesting. I've watched.
able to look back,
I've
yes.
seen shows like that already, Maddie. Because
Okay, so
like
yeah,
Below Deck,
sure.
you watch them work through COVID, and it's such a facade. Like obviously, the mask wearing on these shows, because 2 minutes later they don't have the masks on. So, but it was funny that one little kid there. Oh, you're not on season 4 yet, but this won't ruin anything for you. It's insignificant. Lando Norris, you know him. He obviously doesn't like wearing his mask, and at one point he's just like, "I'll do whatever the fuck I want." Just fucking.
Well, I was talking to someone that said they used to be way more outspoken. Like you notice everyone has a handler,
Yeah.
and I think in the first season they don't, and they like we have to have someone because they're saying
Be
crazy
the buffer.
shit.
this is the most interesting thing about the show is that Netflix went to F1, and I'm sure F1 was like, you're going to have to go to every team individually to get their okay, and anyone that's down, you can make your fucking doc. We don't care. And you could tell that they went to each team, and the big teams were like,
No.
you can take this and stick it as far up your fucking ass as you can. And then, after the show got wildly popular, I'm sure they were like, because again, cash is king, one of the episodes is called. I'm sure they were like, listen, we're paying each team. And then, listen, if you're one of those Ferrari or Mercedes, if you're a PR guy, you're like, you guys don't have a choice.
It wasn't only that, Maddie. It was the exposure.
That's
that
what I just
point.
said. The
You're
PR guy has to
missing
say you
out
have
on-
to go. Yeah.
But Ferrari was the best, because Ferrari, they were in the first season, but the guy, the handler, no, the
they weren't in the
principal.
first
the
season.
GM,
They were not in the first
principal.
they weren't in the first. Anyways, in the second season, then the GM,
season. Yeah.
you know, the team.
Yeah, the
GM,
guy with the curly hair and
Yeah,
the glasses.
he spoke
The
English.
most Italian person in the
in
world.
3 and 4. You see, I could have sworn they were in 1. In 3 and 4, he goes back to Italian. So obviously he doesn't like the way he sounds in English.
Well, it's interesting because they are already surrounded by so much press and cameras. It wouldn't be a big step up to do
No,
this.
and these guys are so vain.
They're
They
all
fucking
egomaniacs.
love it. Dude, Ricardo obviously loves it, man. The Netflix. Like,
That guy
he is
is-
constantly talking to the fucking
That
breaking
guy is
the fourth
fucking
wall.
Daniel?
brain dead.
Daniel
Yes.
Ricciardo.
Yeah.
He is the dumbest
So,
fucking
so how do you
Aussie
feel
on the
about-
face of the earth.
I think this guy's such a goof.
Who do you you know what? This is going to go on forever.
Yeah,
Just
this is
tell
a
me who
post-show
you
shit.
love, and then we'll move on. Who's your favorite boss, and who's your favorite?
Well, the Haas boss is the best. There's no one
The
better.
Haas boss.
I think
is
the Haas
best.
boss is
Yeah.
the best.
We came in here looking like fucking rock stars, and now we're
McLa-
leaving looking like fucking wankers.
McLaren is my favorite team. Like, I like their car the best.
Mm-hmm.
Their colors, just everything about their team. And I don't know who my favorite driver is. I kind of maybe Octez there, the guy who gets fired in the first season.
How about this? I know who
Who's
my
ever in fourth? You just want
That's
that
McLaren.
big
I know
upset.
who my least favorite driver is. The Canadian twat
I don't know. I think he's a
with his
victim of
giant
his dad.
mouth and his
Who's
fucking.
the Canadian?
Loris.
Lando Norris.
No, Lando's British, and
Yeah.
he's Lance Stroll. Lance Stoll.
No, he's not Canadian.
Yes, he is. His
The-
dad is
with
the billionaire.
billionaire.
Team?
Yes.
Oh, he's the worst.
Thank you.
They're all the worst, but they're all the
No,
best.
that guy is the worst.
You can't be like, you can't fake what they do. The worst guy is still insane.
Oh, yeah,
how he's
they're
driving.
still top
So
20 in the
he
world.
has to be able to do something.
Well, he's a jerk off. I don't like him.
yes,
Anyways.
personality wise.
I want to ask you a question because you have a sauna.
Hmm.
So if I show up to your house and I say, Simon, I want to use the sauna, and you are nice enough to go, yeah. Maybe you're even like, I'll jump in with you. I was going to have one, which
That's weird. but
super
okay.
weird. I agree. Very weird. So if I strip down ass naked and I hop in, you're matching my energy there? Or?
Well, I'm not going in with you.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it's weird that you go into my sauna naked.
Yeah,
You'll,
so
you'll never be allowed
For any
back.
European listening, I know right now you guys are like, "What? This is a weird conversation." Of course we go naked. That scene where the Finnish dude like just casually gets in his, I was like, so wait, there's just two Finnish guys hanging out in the woods, ass naked.
Yeah,
comfortable.
weren't they brothers?
I don't give a fuck.
I think they're
I'm
brothers.
less likely to get naked with.
Scandinavian, bro.
I mean,
Yeah, I get
just whatever. I don't know.
Listen,
yeah,
it
but
was a
I
small
think
point.
they're brothers. I once was in a situation. We had a hot tub at my house, and we were having like my wife's family over, and one of the brothers had a friend over, and we were all in the hot tub. And the guy came out. He was like, "Do you guys mind if I take my bathing suit off?"
No.
And we're like, "Yeah, we totally mind."
Complete
you know?
stranger.
No. He knew we knew him, but
Okay.
it's still weird.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it.
And I don't think it was a sexual thing. I think, some people just like hot tubbing naked, I guess.
Did you just say I don't think it was a sexual thing?
That's what I said, yeah.
So there was a part of you that was like, when this guy wanted to take off his bathing suit, you thought there was a small chance that he was like, this is step one of getting everyone else naked into some sort of...
No, I just meant maybe he was sexual. Maybe he was exhibitionist. Maybe he liked people seeing his junk. I don't know
Okay.
what his fucking fetish was. You know what I mean? Yeah, sexual.
Okay. He's like, do you guys mind if I take my bathing suit off? You guys are like, no. And he's like, okay.
Oh, dude.
Do you guys just want to see my cock real quick?
Trust me, it wasn't. I didn't think he was hitting on us
Yeah, fair
because I was with my brother-in-law who is gigantic. Like, this guy would have been crazy.
You think your brother-in-law is just working with serious wood? Is that what you're saying?
No, like a human being.
Gotcha.
He is like 300 pounds of muscle. He was a prison guard.
you
Would
mentioned
have
it before,
been.
yeah.
It would have been nuts.
Gotcha.
I like Nico Hulkenberg
You like Nico?
because he's the guy who's driven the longest, has never podiumed, and the one where he almost gets it, and then like his engine blows. or
What
something.
about
Hold on.
What about poor Grosjean?
No, Grosjean
We
sucked.
have to move on.
Yeah, we have to move on, but I do got to say, in closing,
and Yuki Tsunoda?
The little mini guy.
in closing, the best scene in the whole show is where one of the drivers goes to meet a bunch of kids, and he walks in, and all the kids are cheering. They're like, meet so-and-so, and they're all cheering, and they're like, yeah, and this one little shit is like, how many races have you won? And he goes, well, I haven't won any yet, but I'm hoping to win one. And the room just dies, and the kid goes, out loud, the kid goes, wait a minute, you've never won? And
That's Grosjean.
dude, I was on the floor in tears laughing. I was like, kids are the best.
Dude, there was a moment, sorry, just before we go. There was a moment earlier on where they go outside and a kid's like asking for autographs after the training route or whatever, the qualifying route. And he's like, that wasn't a very good run.
Dude, to
Like,
Daniel,
Who are these? Yeah, to Daniel. Who are these kids?
I nearly
man?
pissed my pants laughing.
Like you're meeting your idol and the
Yeah.
first thing you say is, shitty race today,
Yeah.
bro.
You really let me down today, Daniel.
Everyone's so critical because the pressure on everyone. It's
Oh
so
my God.
intense.
Anyways, Matt,
We'll talk
your
about it in the
week?
post, Joe. My week,
You also watch the same shows. So.
yeah, I didn't get 4 seasons deep like you, but yeah,
Need you guys watch The Boys, eh?
no.
Season 3.
I did. I know. Only because Keith said it was the craziest thing he had ever seen on
I
television.
don't know if I can watch past that.
Oh, it's. You didn't bother watching it?
No,
Okay,
I haven't
post
watched
Joe,
any
post
of
Joe,
it. Yeah.
post Joe.
We got to move on. We got to actually do Joe stuff
Yeah,
here.
but we will talk about that, Kamar, because it is fucking stupid.
Sure, we'll talk about it. My week was whatever. Kamar, you want to go over the guests, please?
Love
and thank you?
to. Yeah, this was a crazy week after 2 years of bullshit. I mean, there's been some gems in the morning, but this was really interesting this week. We had 1828 Michio Kaku.
That was the lowest Kamar's ever said anything on
What
the
are
show
you
ever.
look to us for
What are
approval?
we
No,
doing
you
here?
don't get it.
Can I say this too? Like a year and a half ago, and I'm not saying this as a brag, I was trying to say that this guy was going to be on, but I couldn't say his name. And you were like, forget it, Floyd. You're never going to get it.
I thought, Michio Kaku. I thought he'd been on for sure. 1829 Bobby Azarian. It sounds sort of alien-like, eh? And we end up with our favorite Canadian girl, 1830 Megan Murphy.
All right. Well, do we want to rate the week?
I'll give it a 4.
You'll give it a 4? Jesus.
It was some heavy lifting.
I'll give it a 3. Full disclosure, too, I fell asleep listening to Megan last night, so I'm certain I didn't finish it.
You're super lucky. 3.5.
She just stopped by drinking.
Oh, really? That's all they talked about, Kamar? Fucking guy.